For this log, it would be TextFormField Widget. Now, this is the preview of this log. So first, we're going to clean up the main.dar file. And then we're going to supply the title with TextFormField Widget. And then we're going to change the debug show checked mode banner to false. Now we're going to create a stateful widget. Then we're going to set that as our home. Now we're going to replace the container into a scaffold widget, and we give it an app bar with a title consisting a text widget with a value of TextFormField Widget. So for the body, we have a center with a child of column, and the main axis alignment would be center, and the children would be empty for now. First, we're going to create our controller. Now we will have a late final text editing controller underscore text form field controller. No, we will have a underscore text form field 1. So we're going to copy and paste that 3 times, and we change a little to 1, 2, 3. So second, we're going to override the init state function. Then here in this function, we're going to initialize the our controllers. So we're going to override the void init state function. Then we're going to initialize our controllers here. Then the third one would be we're going to override the dispose function. No, it's not initialized. It would be so that we can actually dispose our controllers, not initialized. So the first thing that we do is to create the controller. The second thing is we initialized it inside the init state, and then we dispose it inside the dispose function. So save that and restart your application. So inside the children, we're going to have a plain or a normal text form field. So to have that, just type text form field, then save that. We have a text form field. So we will have a spacer, a cons size box with a height of 30. Then save that. Now for the text form field, we're going to give the controller. That controller is underscore text form field, and we are going to give a decoration with a cons input decoration with a label text of text form field. So now we have a text form field. The second text form field that we're going to do is we're going to customize the text form field. So copy the first text form field and paste it here. Now we're going to wrap our text form field with padding, and we replace that with a horizontal symmetry of 10, and then save that. Now we're going to have a border with outline input border, and we set our border radius to a circular 20, and we're going to remove the const and save that. Now it changed our text form field. So we're going to supply the enable border with outline input border, and then we will have a border radius of border radius that's circular with a value of 20, and then we will going to have a border size with cons border size class or widget, and then we are going to change the color, and the color would be green, then with a width of 0.5. Now we will going to have a focus border. So as you can see, it's blue. Now we're going to supply the outline input border, then the border radius, we're going to set that as a border radius that's circular with a value of 20. Then the border side would have a cons border side. Then we change here the color, and the color would be color green, and then with a width of 0.5. Save that. As you can see, it's color green now. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a prefix icon, and it would be a cons icon, icons that text field. So as save that, we have a icon. So we're going to set the color of our icon, and the color that we're going to set would be green. So save that. As you can see, it's color green. So here at the we're going to give a label text with a cons text style, and we're going to change the color to green. Now our label style is changed. So we need to change our controller to underscore TextFormField 2. So now we have a individual controllers. Then we're going to change the cursor color with color green. Now save that. Now our text form field, we wrap that with padding and with this horizontal symmetry of 10. Then we have a controller, then cursor color decoration with border, enable border, focus border, and prefix icon. Now we're going to copy paste the spacer and paste it there. Then we're going to have a customization or a combination of widgets to customize our text form field here. So we're going to copy paste for the third text form field. So paste it here and save it. So we're going to have a widget here, and that name is a clip art rect widget. We're going to delete that first. We're going to delete that. So we're going to have a clip art rect widget with a border of rect with a border radius of circular with a value of 20, and we will have a child of a stock widget with a children of container and a text form field. Now the container, we're going to wrap the container with position.fill widget. Now inside the container, we will have a decoration, and that decoration will have a box decoration, and we're going to change the border radius with the border radius that's circular 20. The box shadow will have a box shadow, a list of box shadow, but we just have one. Then we change the color to grain accent with the blur radius to 20 and a spread radius to -5. Save that. Now you can see it, the changes. So we're going to wrap the clip art rect with padding, and we change our padding to horizontal 10, horizontal symmetry to 10. And then we're going to wrap our text form field with padding, and we change that to a horizontal symmetry to 15 and save that. Now Next to the box shadow, we're going to have a gradient, and that would be a const linear gradient, and we will have a list of colors. So the colors would be that green accent and color green. We'll have color green, then we will have a color blue accent, and save that. So we're going to, that would be nice, and we're going to have a set the begin or set the position, so with align to center. Then the end would be align bottom center. So as you can see, we're going to change this color to from lighter, then the green would be green accent. Save that. As you can see, we have a blue font, color fonts. So we're going to change that, or the foreground, we're going to change that. We change the controller to underscore TextFormField 3. Then we give it a, we will have a, no, cursor, no, let's delete this. We will have a cursor color with colors that black. Now our cursor is now black. Then we will set our label style, and we will have our cons text style, that it would be a color black. Then we're going to delete the cons because we already have. Now the foreground or the font color is color black. So the padding, we have a padding, a clip rect stack widget. Inside the stack widget, we have a container and a text widget, a text form fill widget. Now the container, we fill that with position that fill, and we have a board decorated the container, and then we have our text, and then we customize a little our text form field. Now we will give, or we will supply a floating action button, and that would be a floating action button widget. And then we will supply the on press and the child. The child would be a cons icon, icons that add. So inside the on press, we will have a show dialog, and that show dialog will be will return a alert dialog with the title of const text widget with the value of value. Then the content will have a single child scroll view. Then we'll have a child of column. Then the column will have a children of text that will display the text of the controller of each text form field. So we need to access the text. So save that. Now we will have a action. We will supply an action button. Then that for the child, it will be a text. So the value of the text would be okay. So inside the on press, we will give a navigation to go back to text form field widget. Then we're going to clear each form field, and when we clicked the OK button. So on press, we have a show dialog, and we have it will return a alert dialog. Then we supply an action button. So let's test that. Now, as you can see, we're going to set the cross alignment to cross alignment start. Now we test that. Now as you can see, it's working. Now first, we create our controller, we initialize, we dispose our controller. Then we have up first text form field, which is the plain one. We customize it. Then the third customization of the text form field, and we make our floating point, a floating button. So thank you for watching.